What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. How you doing? I'm still the All Elite Joker, back by popular demand with my boy, BadGuy Jack. What's going
Yeah,
on, my man?
you know, I've been on quite a few shows this week. Monday, I was talking Sonic Frontiers because that's coming out in November. That was fun. I was out here
Oh wait,
yesterday.
Cesaro.
Yes, I was out here yesterday for NXT, and I'm here for All Elite Wrestling. I'm out here for my Jack Pack community, aka my Jack Packers, and I am here tonight, folks. Yes, that's why I call my people. It's my Jack Packers.
Yes,
Hashtag
sir.
Jack Pack community. Hashtag
Yes,
my
sir.
Jack Packers. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Look at everyone in the chat. We got ADR Crazy. He's a huge AEW fan, so he was excited about this. We got Walter who says, yo. And we got the unofficial camerawoman, a.k.a. Wrestling Doll. What's going on, Wrestling Doll? And look, Elvis, he's so glad to see you back. He says, long time no see.
Hey, man. Hey, long time
What
no
up, Walter?
see. Indeed. Welcome, everybody. It's good to be back. I'm having some technical difficulties, and by technical difficulties, my computer blew up. But I will be back full time, hopefully sooner rather than later. But it's good to be back in the hot seat for AEW Grand Slam.
Yes, it has been a while since we did an AEW show. It was on ice for a minute, and then everyone was like, we should have an AEW show coming back. So AEW, yes, the Jack Pack community, yes, it's make it to JPC. It's real in the chat. I want that to be known. We're going to get some merch going. And Wrestling Doll, you will be the second because I would have to be the first to get my merch.
Well, yeah, you gotta check in, make sure it's good and ready for the public.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But they didn't hear me yell so much. So let's go with AEW. We're not going to highlight that, but we say our condolences, Elvis, because I just read what he said. But, wanted to say we just noticed that and, sending our condolences. But we were talking AEW. What do you think about the show altogether?
Altogether, a solid show. I enjoyed it. Always a good time when they're usually in New York, just in general. But Arthur Ashe has been one of their best. Hey, JPC.
I just always highlight because I want everyone to know my Jack Pack as I see you. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Hey. You are a guest, sir. Enjoy.
Thank you.
But yeah, Arthur Ashe is always a really good venue for them. Hot crowd from start to finish. And we all know in wrestling, a hot crowd or the crowd in general will make or break a show.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, great show. I enjoyed it. There were some things that made me go, but we'll get all of that in due time.
Yeah, and I can't wait to it. So when we talk about the very first match, the opener, they opened up pretty, I say hot, but they opened up with I don't want to say hot because the match was kind of
Heavy.
Yeah, I would say, I guess heavy is the right word because you open up with a world title match, ROH, World Heavyweight Championship match. We have Chris Jericho against Claudio. I don't know. It's one of those things, You know what, Joker? It's been a long time. Why don't you give the folks your thoughts first? I'm sorry, I'm sitting there running over everything. Give your thoughts first about this match.
Hey, man, look, you go by the passion and how the match moves you. But yeah, I'll go ahead and go first. Great match, of course, because you have two of the best to put, boots in between the ropes. I don't know which version of Jericho we've seen. There's so many. But I guess he was current Chris Jericho.
He was, I think he was Earth 612 Jericho. I wasn't sure. He definitely wasn't 616, but I think he was definitely like 639 or something like that. It's hard to keep up with all these versions, these alternatives.
Got more Jokers than DC variants. Anyway, two great guys in the ring. Outstanding match. Sometimes Chris does stuff, and I'm just like, man, you got to remember how old you are sometimes, Chris. And what I'm referring to, and I'm sure you know, is the suplex from the apron onto the floor. And neither one of them looked like it felt very good. Claudio immediately, jumps up, grabbing at his back, and it was just that was terrible. And it's stuff like that. Like I appreciate them doing the spot, but there's sometimes I'm just like, Chris, come on, man. Like I want you to be around in his best, because I mean, to be fair, he's in some of the best shape he's been in years.
He looks
really. He's been putting out great matches, especially considering his age and how long. I mean, man's been going nonstop for the last 30 years. You know, like the wear and tear should have been will add up much quicker if you're doing stuff like this. You know.
Yeah.
And like I said, I appreciate the spot for what it was, but you know, it's one of those things that's just unnecessary.
I agree.
Thoughts on the? Oh, you.
Hey, do you still see me? I think my computer froze. Can you, sir?
Face out for a second, would you?
Okay, all right. I don't know what was going on. There was a little a fuzz there. I was saying what's going on, but what was the question, sir?
Thoughts on the match before we get to the ending?
I thought it was decent. I mean, look, Jericho, like you said, 50-something, Claudio, 40-something. I thought they didn't embarrass themselves. I thought the spot where Jericho, it was like he was going for the Rico bomb, and Jericho had bust out of and he bust out like a Frankensteiner. Mm-hmm. You know, Jericho, like you said, and I do gotta give it. I was telling someone, I was like, you know, because the thing with wrestling is you want to reinvent yourself, and Jericho has done that plenty of times. Like even something as simply as, you know, like you say, he's in the best shape because you know before he was like Balloon Jericho, just. You know, he was
Bubble Buddy Jericho. Bro.
Yeah, balloon buddy Jericho. But I thought it was a decent match. I don't want to say here. I saw someone say banger. I wouldn't say banger, but I thought that it was decent enough where it wasn't embarrassing. Now the ending. Oh my God, the ending. This is what I did. Could I do it for everybody? This is what I did. It was me, also me.
Roller coaster of emotions.
And I don't like roller coasters. I don't like them at all. I've got on a few of them. I did it, and I was able to say I did it. So if you took me to Six Flags, unless we're doing bumper cars, I don't want to go. You're not getting me on one of those things. You're not going to take me out that way. But you know, I just thought, like, why did Jericho win? What? Bumper cars are dope. Don't laugh at that. How dare you? Bumper cars are incredible. Matter of fact, whoever made bumper cars, they're off the list. I don't know who did it. I'm going to Google them. But I just thought the match was decent. I don't know about that ending, though. And that's where I'm at with it. I'm kind of confused on why did it end like that. I don't get that.
With Jericho winning?
Yeah, I just didn't get that. And Jericho is one of my guys. He's one of my guys. He was someone who made me really appreciate the Intercontinental Championship in this time going. So I'm a Jericho-holic. But you're lying, Elvis. You're lying. And your lying is just awful and weak, just like your muscle definition. So how dare you sit here and lie? Matter of fact, give me a minute. I haven't done this on an AEW show. Okay, Elvis. How do you spell Elvis? A capital E. Oh, wait, no. There's all these other people here. Give me a minute. That's how I sign my checks when I get some every now and then. But I just didn't understand why Jericho had to win. But what did you think about it? Was you like, I see someone say Jericho won the rubber and Daniel Garcia's face because he was the champion. The surprise tonight was a banger. Do you get the... Shut up, Elvis. But what was your thoughts? Please take over. Because some of these people in the chat are just pissing me off.
Well, I too was kind of confused at, like, you know, immediately. I was like, wait a minute, like, does not compute. But thinking about it, I know they're really trying to get some traction under the Ring of Honor brand. And I think it's taking a little bit longer for them to get a TV deal than they had initially anticipated. And so in order to keep everything relevant with the Ring of Honor stuff, I feel like it's kind of important for them to cycle through some of these more high profile people to keep those titles. You know, like the Pure Championship, I feel like they're doing the right thing with that one. They're letting the younger talent take that one and truly showcase how good they are, you know, when it comes to wrestling. And also because they can have those types of matches, and you know, you got a shorter list of like your guys like, you know, Danielson, for example, who
I
can, you know, do
I
that kind of
I can
style.
get that picture what you're saying, because like I get that where you get some more eyes on you, like Chris Jericho holding the ROH champion. I don't know. It's just like 20 years ago.
It makes no sense.
No, it don't. It makes sense from a business aspect of,
Yes.
oh, like Jericho's the ROH champion, because a lot of people know who Jericho is. Unfortunately, Cesaro's my. I say Cesaro. I'm sorry. Claudio's my guy, but not a lot of people know him. I think for us who watch wrestling and know what he was in WWE and feel like he was underutilized and all that stuff, and you see him get his moment. And even then, you know what else? And it's sad too, because like ROH really isn't a thing. It's a thing, but it isn't. So like when they said, "Oh yeah, he defended his title 5 times," I said, "When?" Maybe it's just not fair because I don't watch a lot. I know he did a match with Dax. I think he fought someone else. I don't know. Maybe he fought the Marshmallow Man. I'm just saying, when did these 5 title defenses happen? I don't know, but they gave him the belt. It is what it is. I'm just laughing at it because I just sit in like it makes me laugh. I hope like TNA is around 10 years from now and Jericho just wins the title from them. Like I just want that to happen. Like he just wins the Impact. Like I just want that to happen now. Like I'm praying that to existence. Like what year are we in? 2022, 2032? He just goes to Impact and he just beats somebody. I just want to see that now. I just want to see the world crumble. That's what I want to see. I just want to see destruction.
Well, while this man wants to watch the world burn. Exactly. We had the AEW Tag Team Championship match.
You got to stay tuned and we'll get to that.
That is very important and relevant to my interests. But yes, next we have the AEW Tag Team Championship match between Swerve and Our Glory and the Acclaimed. First of all,
here we go.
Swerve comes out. Merciless boos. I mean, they said Swerve's house. Yeah, they did Swerve's house thing, but then just merciless boos. Then
New Yorkers are crappy.
I like New Yorkers.
Some of us are nice. Some people stink.
This is also true. But that's
you've seen the Knicks play, right? I'm sorry. Did I offend some Knicks fans?
And then Keith comes out and applause. And I was like, that's what we want here, because I'm sure we're gonna get Swerve turning on Keith at some point, because we've been getting it. I really want it to go the other way too.
I agree. I just wanted to agree with somebody.
Hey, I mean, yes, they have, and we are getting that. So Keith comes out, he gets cheered. Yay. The Thunderous.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you said that, didn't that give you that Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck feeling? No, when Daffy Duck came out, they always booed that. Like Swerve is Daffy Duck, and then you have Keith Lee, he's a big Bugs Bunny, like he's a gigantic Bugs Bunny. I don't know, that's the vibe I got as you said that.
I thought about that SpongeBob moment.
That's so cool.
When
Squidward put his hands out, it booed him. He even tried to mop, and he still booed him. He's like, "Stop stealing that man's talent! Get out of here!" And then SpongeBob came in with the little broom, and that's when SpongeBob was great. I'm sorry, I just need to throw out there. Watch classic SpongeBob. So, anything after like 2006. Yeah, anything after 2006, it kind of sucks. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well. Sorry, kids at home.
But then the thunderous applause when the Acclaim arrived with Daddy Ass, of course, was amazing. Max did his rap, had a great time with that as usual. And then we had I thought a really good match, actually.
It was good.
Had a lot of twists and turns. You weren't sure who was going to come out on top. I thought, when they missed the first Acclaim to Fame, I thought that was going to be it when Max came down on his leg and, everything like that. I would like to point out Swerve has immaculate precision with his moveset. Like, watching that man work is one of my favorite things about watching, well, him in general, but yeah, like watching AEW, because Swerve is so precise with everything he does, and then his selling's on point. He's not afraid to do anything. I don't know what that was for. Yeah,
It
we'll
was
get.
that small. I think it was that pounce spot, right? Like he was
Yeah,
supposed to do something, he's supposed to pound something, it didn't come out that kind of way. But
yeah, he didn't build up enough speed to, because I mean he was like 3 feet away from him. So I'm like, what? You should.
I was gonna say maybe the timing was off.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you. They had a match at All Out, right? So between the two, which was the better encounter between these two teams?
I feel like just purely off of match quality, I think I enjoyed the one at All Out more. However, from a storytelling standpoint and like in-ring storytelling standpoint, I liked this one better.
I do sit here and say the storytelling was good. I didn't watch All Out, but I asked you because I figured you watched it, right?
Yes.
And I watched this match, and you even mentioned something about it was Max, right? Because I'm not familiar so much with him, but Max, he's the one with the leg injury, and he was supposed to give you that feeling like, man, like they're not going to pull it out tonight. But to me, it just seemed like it was so obvious that they in New York. Come on,
hey, you know. So here's the thing, right? The problem with AEW is there's plenty of times where they do, because they do a lot making the fans happy, which is something they get chastised for sometimes. For what reason, I don't understand. But there's also times where they will do the complete opposite of what is the most obvious thing possible. And with Swerve going in more of a heel route and kind of uncertainty of where Keith is going as far as like his character, I could have just as easily seen them do all of this just to get everybody right. Because could you imagine how deafening the boos would have been?
I would have loved that, honestly. I kind of
I would have too.
Yeah.
And just from the pure dastardly nature of it. But if Keith's not
Big
going
dastardly?
full, I don't have a mustache. You have a mustache. I can't.
I don't have enough moves for it, but yes.
You got more than I do. But yeah, like I and because they've done things like that in the past, there's always that inkling of doubt for me.
But I love shit like that sometimes because but I love shit like that because sometimes I don't want to be Swerve just to be Swerve, but sometimes a nice little swerve where you think like if they now, like you said, it them winning tonight, I don't think you could have did it any other way. I think tonight you had to do it. But a part of me, my asshole side of me goes like, man, if they didn't win and then that whole crowd, I mean, honestly, I don't know if Keith Lee and Swerve would have got out there alive. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like Puerto Rico, like how back in the day in Puerto Rico, how they would hop over and like they were throwing stuff and batteries and piss and stuff like that at you. But I sit here and go, I think people would have been really upset. And I sit here and go, man, that would have been really good. But tonight was the time for them to win. I do definitely
exactly.
that tonight was I like I said, asshole side of me go, but good for them. I mean, and people started to like them. I remember a time where people were liking them, but they're like, I like them, but they're losers. I mean, quick question: these rankings, right? You follow AEW more than I do. Mm-hmm. These rankings don't mean nothing, do they?
Oh no, they try and stick to them. To be completely honest, like I'm not going to sit here and say that they've got like it's word and it's the law and no, that is not a thing. But they do try and lean onto them for story purposes.
And I feel like they haven't. I mean, so the next segment they have FTR out, and they're like, we've been number one contenders for since April, right? April something, April 4th. So that's why I asked, like, whether these because I'm sitting there wondering how did the Acclaimed pass FTR if they've been number one contenders for all this time. So that's why I sit in and say, have they been following it?
Yes. Real quick though about the Acclaimed.
Sure.
I was same thing. Asshole side of me wanted Swerve and Keith to win just for the lulz, but legitimately, I'm so happy because that is AEW's first homegrown tag team to win those title belts. Like start and finish in, because I don't count Keith and Swerve because I mean they were superstars when they came in. I'm talking about two guys that came in, nobody knew who the hell they were, been together ever since. I mean, they came in.
Yeah, they came in at 2019, right?
Yeah, I was about to say late 2019, early 2020 at best. So those are some AEW originals. Went through the pandemic era. I mean, and that was when they really started to get their traction and everything. But to see them get that kind of like that moment, and like you said, it's the perfect moment for this.
It was. It is actually.
That made me happier than the ha-has.
It made you more happier than pig and shit. I don't know why people even say and use that as a they click, because I'm like, that's just nasty.
Right, and I don't think pigs are happy.
No, they are. Have you ever seen them? They're just not happy when they turn into bacon. There's not really much emotion really for them after that. But I'm just saying,
that makes me happy. So
turkey, I stick with turkey bacon. It always gives me this weird visual of a turkey, and he's baked. I'm like, how did? Never mind. My mind is weird. So why don't we get into? You know what? Why don't we play a commercial? We'll get back to it. You guys are watching the AEW Review Show. He's all Elite Joke. I'm the bad guy, Jack. I'm here for my Jack Packers, and we're going to play a commercial. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms. Continue to follow us on not just the wrestling side of everything. There's entertainment, there's gaming, and we're going to play a quick commercial, and we'll be right back after these words. Yeah, we had, Cora J. Let's talk about this girl.
She was upset. She called Toxic Attraction a bunch of little bitches.
Oh.
But oh my god, the girl literally within seconds, the first thing she says was, "Oh my god, I wish we came to the building together. Oh my god, I didn't even see what happened." Like the first 5 seconds of what she's saying, I'm like, girl, you is guilty. Right then and there, I was like, because why are you trying to get your alibi out already? You cannot trick me.
But what gave it away is that she wore Vans. People who wear Vans you can't trust them. I'm just throwing it out there. They're the most untrustworthy people in the world. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm a Chucks guy, so I wear Chuck Taylors. So like, if you wear Converses, you can trust them. If they wear Vans, watch your back.
Oh wow, okay. I'm
just throwing it out there.
For my shoe wear.
I don't even know what shoes you wear.
Lies.
Vans are dangerous. I wouldn't trust people with Vans.
Welcome back to the review show, everybody. I'm all Elite Joker with like 6 pairs of Vans in my closet, as well as Converse, because I love both. And I'm an ex-skater. My bones don't do that anymore. But that's where that came from. I wear Converse.
I was wondering where the silence came from.
I feel like I need to have more balance.
I was concerned about the silence because I was sitting there saying, maybe my computer froze. You cannot hear me? No? Can't hear me?
Can anybody else hear him? It might just be me.
Can I be heard? I need to let people know. Can I be heard?
Yeah, I think I can be heard. Yeah. I can hear you.
Fantastic, because the Jack Pack community needs to be hearing my voice. And I said what I said. I wanted to be known that Vans are dangerous. H-Man, a.k.a. Hurt Man, that's my guy. He's like the security for the Jack Pack community, because we don't let crazy people in there, because there's already a lot of crazy going in the office, because it's me. That's why I'm already sweating. Because I'm a madman.
It's because you're passionate. I appreciate that.
I'm only passionate when I'm making my turkey sandwich with pepper jack cheese, and I just can't have regular mayo. It's got to be Miracle Whip, because good. This is why they pay me the big bucks, folks.
Oh God!
I'm gonna write a 1-page book one day. Just 1 page.
I don't know if that constitutes as a book. I feel like a book needs to have at least
Crushing dreams already. What was the next segment?
Well, yeah, FTR was backstage after the Acclaimed so valiantly won, and got antagonized by the Ass Boys, and they did their best Dax and Cash impression. And my favorite part of this segment had nothing to do with the Ass Boys, of course. But literally at the end, with Dax is just like disappointed dad energy with the two of them as they walked away, and I was like, yes, thank you, you're so good, just so great.
Who, the Ass Boys?
Yeah, that's Dax's reaction to them doing their best top guys impression. Which, look, man, the boys got to learn, and I can't wait to watch Dax and Cash whoop their ass again. I mean, I'm assuming that's what that's going to wind up happening.
No, absolutely. That's definitely going to be a filler before. I mean, eventually. So the Acclaimed just won the title, so I don't know. You put them in a match or off rip, put them in a match. So definitely the Ass. It sounds so weird just saying that, the Ass Boys. Like, it's funny when I listen to people and they talk like, "Hey, did you see the Ass Boys?" I said, "The Who Boys?"
What else do you call Billy Gunn's sons? He is Mr. Ass. They are the Ass Boys.
I would feel much more comfortable if we moved to the next segment, because I I don't know what is happening here. I came here to talk some professional wrestling, not boys of the ass. Hey, we got a Michael there. What's going on, Michael? What up? What's going
on?
What's going on, fam? What do we got next there, Joker? Doing a fantastic job. This is your first show in quite a while, and I want to sit here and throw out that you're doing a tremendous job, sir.
Thank you.
Next, I like that Captain Planet thumbs up. I hate Captain Planet. He might be in my booking with Jack. I can't stand the bastard. No. Everyone likes. When did everyone start liking Captain Planet? I might go on a shoot on Captain Planet.
Always liked Captain Planet. Don't you shoot on Captain Planet.
Oh my God. The 70s like cut shirt and the disgusting. His fashion was terrible. He was just too shy. How much baby oil do you think that man put on? You know why I liked Captain Pollution? He was just. I'm sorry. No one went to me. I'm the bad guy. That's in the name.
Indeed.
What we got next? No one likes Captain
You
Planet.
You can't be a Planeteer.
I never liked their shirts anyway. Their shirts looked very expensive for no reason. It looked like, but I feel like now if you go to like, what's it called? Topic Zone or whatever, you could just get those. No one was saying me. I might do a review on Captain Planet. Yeah. What we got next?
Oh my God. We had Wheeler Yuta, who was supposed to talk about his best friends in the BCC, but then the champion of all of New York,
who, me? I didn't show up.
Decided to. Oh yes. My apologies.
Oh, you mean the second?
The second champion of New York decided to crawl from whatever he crawled from today, and thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, he had this arena. I don't even want to say in the palm of his hand, like on the tip of his finger, like he was the control. the terrible things that came out of MJF's mouth to thunderous applause.
We have no pride. We have no pride out here in New York, as you could tell.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, well, for some of them, but yeah.
You have to explain this to me because
he pretty much
said he could spit. They would drink the spit in a cup from him.
I don't know what.
Every dude in the arena's woman, but he won't because he has standards.
Oh yeah.
MJF in rare form. I feel like part of his agreement to come back was he could just say whatever the hell he wants because that's what he's been doing since.
What was you doing before? I feel like MJF was always like that dude.
I feel like there was at least a small bit of a filter on Max, at least a little bit. Like now it's just completely out the window. I thought Christian was saying some crazy shit with Jungle Boy
and his dad. Yeah. No, when he was sitting there saying I could spit. I mean, first off, L.
Right, that was fucking disgusting. I was like, first of all, that is not okay. That should not come out your mouth. That's disgusting.
So, I think MJF offended our good friend here. We apologize, MJF offended you. Yeah, but no, he was saying some wild stuff. He what else did he do here? He pushed my man Tony Schiavone. You can't be doing that.
So listen. All right.
Oh, here we go.
So here. No. Before you say anything, I laughed hysterically for one reason and one reason only. MJF said all that fucked up stuff to thunderous applause, but the second he put his hands on Tony Schiavone, boos, so many boos, and I was like, yes. He finally crossed the line. You do not fuck with Tony Schiavone, okay?
You don't mess with Tony Schiavone.
That is the one thing you are not allowed to do. You can't do that to Tony, and at this point, you damn sure can't do that to JR. You can't do nothing to JR now.
Honestly, can we be honest? JR has really went through everything at this point. I don't even think anything could phase him at this point anymore.
Oh no, he wouldn't care.
No,
I'm saying like the fans, like for as far as like to get.
Oh no, I would cheer the hell out of that. Like if JR just got DDT'd, I don't know. I don't know.
It's like 862, man.
Huh?
I said he's like 862. You can't just DDT somebody. It's Methuselah's cousin, man.
I don't know. I think I would laugh at a good JR. You remember that time when Linda McMahon just kicked him in the balls? Like, I don't know why. I always thought that was so hilarious because she had like the old lady strut, and it like you could tell the kick wasn't like you could tell the kick was like it was a struggle to lift her leg up that high. I always found that segment like I sometimes go back to that clip on YouTube just to find when he just got kicked in the balls. Like if I'm really feeling down or like I make pancakes and I don't have syrup, I just find that clip and it just cheers me up.
That's a very sad situation to be in.
It is sad to not have syrup. So when I find this clip, like JR getting kicked in the balls, it's classic. Should be on Turner Classic movie. Sorry.
Anyway, Max, just absolutely terrible. But once that happened, the security come out, but Wheeler came after him, like the rest of the fans wanted to. And who comes for the save? But the so do you know about everything that went down at All Out with?
Yeah. He got his own little group now. Okay. He got
technically not his group,
but there seemed like there's this connection still because why did Kaz? I said Kaz. What was his name? Morrison. He comes out. He's choking out.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, right?
Yes.
The whole point of the firm is they are basically a faction for hire. And so currently they are in Max's services. Sure. But that's not saying that they won't work for other people, but they can't work against Max because they're in a contract with Max.
I kind of dig that.
So technically speaking, I guess you could say they're his group, but they're not actually his group. They're just his hired thugs. Like it's a group of Wardlow, essentially, which I thought was a really interesting thing because I'm not sure I remember a faction that behaved that way.
What, like mercenaries?
Yeah, like just basically a mercenary group. And they're all, and one of the things I thought was interesting is like they're all good at different things.
How's it? You don't believe it? Yeah, even when Tony himself says it?
Hey, man.
So Anthony asks, so can you guys explain to me where the stories are coming from that Paige signed a contract with AEW because I don't see it on Barstool Bleacher. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna definitely talk about I don't even think we call it. Was it Serena? Morrissey. What I say? I'm probably just reading.
You said Morrison. It's Morrissey.
Well, H-Man knows what happens. He sees me every Tuesday night. I butcher names. That's what it is. That's what the Jack community don't have a speech teacher. I'm sorry. We're gonna work on that. So I just say things. I need you to agree with me, H-Man. H-Man, you're supposed to be like
security.
Yeah, you're security. You're supposed to be like you're supposed to be Diesel, and I'm supposed to be like Michael. You're supposed to be like protect me. And right now, I feel like I just got jackknife powerbombed for no reason. Not appreciating this, but carry on. All Elite Joker, AEJ. AEJ. There you go.
Yeah. So they made sure to mention earlier today Tony Schiavone because he had just been assaulted by MJF.
And was very upset. Did you hear? Like, oh my God, he couldn't wait to keep saying.
I've never heard him that mad. Like he sounded legitimately upset.
You didn't watch the end of WCW? He sounded mad then.
Well, Well, why are you bringing up old shit?
Because it's funny.
Toni is interviewing Jade Cargill.
Oh no! Oh my God! Yes.
The Queen.
Oh yeah.
Reverence for the Queen.
Do you think she just gets bigger? Like, because it seems like every time she sees Toni, like she's just like she went from 5'8", now she's like 6'5". You think she's just gonna continuously grow and become like?
I can only hope that she eventually grows to the size of Lady D from Resident
How tall is she? Like she's like
9'2".
Oh,
anyway, that's not important. So she, says all of the things that she normally says. How nobody can touch her, all that, this, that, and the third. And Diamante's been talking about how she was having the OG, the baddest bitch, as a friend to help her out in her match. And who comes up? And of course, me and my cousin are like, Trina? Nah, it ain't Trina. I can't be with Trina.
Oh yeah, I already called it. Nice.
Oh yeah. Well, when she said that, I was like, it was in the song, Anyway, and so me and my cousin talked about it. He's like, oh, it's Trina. And I was like, nah, man, it ain't Trina. It ain't gonna be Trina. It was Trina. Not much else to say about that other than it's Trina.
Trina, but we had a few hip hop guys because I mean we didn't get to talk about it in the tag, but Fabulous came out.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous came out, and
West Side Gun was at ringside.
Oh, that's his name. Cause I put Woo Kid. I thought that's what it was. Woo Kid. That's what I saw. I didn't know what the guy's name. I didn't know who the hell that was. Listen, anything after 2010, it's kind of hard for me to know who these people are.
Hey man, respect. I don't.
Hey, you remember that thing you sent me? You sent me something about some guy. I said, hey, I thought he was dead. Sorry.
That did happen.
That did happen not that long ago. But she comes out, and I love this was a really cool thing because Jade is out with her baddies. You got Kara and other girl, and who she's facing? Diamante, right?
Layla Gray, by the way.
Oh, Layla Gray. There we go. Sounds interesting. So then you have Diamante, right? And she's going up for Jade. But then when she brings out Trina, that's when like Dre's like, yo, what's up with your girl? Because they're dating. But I just thought that was a really cool, because sometimes in wrestling they just act like that's not a thing, but the social media and you can see who. So I just thought that was a really cool. I thought that was kind of cool that they did that. We had a question here. We got ADR Crazy. He's a crazy AEW fan, but he said, who do you think is going to break the undefeated streak? Why don't you go off?
I feel as though my thought process, I'm thinking it's going to be K-Stat.
Everyone thought that.
Yeah, but now I was about to say, but she's out again for I think another 8 or 9 months again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like that's gone out the window, but they could also go the route of, truly letting Jade get to 50-0. I mean, the thing about AEW is they have an endless pool of people.
Mm-hmm.
They'll work with New Japan, Tokyo Joshi Pro. From what I've heard, they're on good terms with Impact again, and then NWA as well,
right?
And plus the Ring of Honor pool and just the Indies, GCW they've worked with. Anyway, the list goes on. So could honestly.
We got a Tony Storm in here. I just wanted to say, and I wanted to read H-Man. He said they need to build up an opponents for Jay. She literally has never faced anybody that's good. Consistent momentum and the sloppy matches are not helping. I'm looking at that women's division and I feel like she has almost have beaten everybody. She's even beaten. Her and Thunder Rosa have competed, right? Like they've had a match or something. I feel like it was a triple threat. I feel like she has ran through everybody, and I can't. And what you said, Chris Statlander, and I thought that was a great choice too, because a lot of people were saying that. I'm like, that would be good, but also too because Jade is an AEW original, right? Like she's definitely an AEW original. And you say Chris Statlander, she's been here since day one when she was the alien and she do the boop. Mm-hmm. And now she's not doing boops anymore. But she's hurt, and I can't see Athena. I saw someone say Toni Storm, but I keep them. Toni Storm right now being the interim AEW champion. I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see
in the main title picture.
Yeah, I don't see that being a thing unless she dropped the title. Thunder Rosa, She's busy. I'm trying to think who else. Saray just debuted. I mean, no, I wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah, no, Saraya.
I said Saray. I messed that all up. But Saray, yes.
Hey, you butcher names. It's all right.
Yeah, it's my gimmick. Like I get mad when people steal it from me. I was trying to think who else. I was trying to think of who else on that roster, and I just can't see anybody right now. But they have to build some. What's her name? Safair? No, I mean she beat her. I just can't think of her. I can't think of anybody. Toni Storm. Britt Baker. No, I'm at a blank here, and someone eventually have to beat her, but I just can't really. I can't think of anybody. Just can't. Unless I'm missing someone. Oh, is Abaddon still there? But even then, what's she? She's on like what? Rampage or AEW Light, or is it AEW Light or Dark? I don't know the name. I know it's Dark. I'm being silly.
And Dark Elevation.
Darkness that's been elevated. That's what I get out. That's what I get out of that. Oh, you got Dark? We can elevate that motherfucker. I could be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. But I can't. I legit can't think of anybody to beat her. I mean, and you say these names like Impact. I wanted to say real quick. You said Impact. I can't see anybody in Impact doing it. I would do it. I would have an AEW person do it. So, I see Nyla Rose. No, I wouldn't. Oh no. Oh look, I was told Saray's.
I was more so talking about if they were trying to legitimately get. My bad.
No, you good.
Yeah, when I was mentioning all the people, what I was more so talking about was if they're trying to actually let her get to the 50-0. Because when she first started her title reign, she was talking about getting to 50-0. Mm-hmm. And so if you truly don't have anybody that you want to give it to, that can just be Jade's title, until she gets to the 50-0 and then have her lose it. Or I've heard people talk about her going for both or having both titles. Because
no.
Not right now. Would I be happy to see, some time down the line, Jade standing there with both titles? Sad.
I definitely don't see this. I think it's hard because do I see her being 50-0? I think she just gets close enough, and then she doesn't get it. I definitely don't see her breaking Goldberg because honestly that record was fake. Because one moment it was 1 week he was 132, the next week he was 152. He's like, wait, what? What did that Joe do? How many matches did he have this weekend? But it's a fake record to begin with anyway. So, but I don't see her doing that. But we spent a lot of time on just a segment and not even a match. But what was the next? We have a match actually here.
Yes, the All Atlantic title match with Pac and Orange Cassidy, which was too fast for me to do a play-by-play.
I wouldn't even try.
Yeah, no, it's impossible. But excellent match between these two guys. I mean, you got two guys who are very snappy, very quick, very light on their feet. Pac is so damn strong.
He is.
Like the man's just a walking muscle. But we did have Pac, and it was great because Pac, was talking about all this smack, and he's like, "Man doesn't even deserve to be in a ring with me. This, that, he's lazy, he sucks." And yet, to finally beat Orange Cassidy, he had to grab the hammer from the ring bell and clock this man in his shit.
Can I want to raise my hand. You think when he hit him with the hammer, he said, "Hammer time"? Huh? That was so great.
Get out. Man, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the counters. I enjoyed he never got the Black Arrow off because Orange just kept rolling away. You got all the fun Orange Cassidy stuff, and Pac still got to be Pac. I thought it was interesting, the ending.
I do have to say, right now, on top of my head, I can't think of anyone who takes a DDT like Pac.
Bro,
brutal.
Bro,
Yo,
every single one of them.
Yeah.
Like those DDTs were crazy. Like the way he just like folds
the
up
way he
in like a Northern Lights, but just on top of his head and just like slowly like contorts onto the ground. Like you really sit there and like this like, looks like this man done seized up. Like somebody get a doctor, please.
You know
his
when
neck's
broken.
You
know when I first noticed it when he had that trios match. I forgot who the other people were, and I think it was like best friends or something like that. I forget who they were facing. But anyway, he took that DDT. I was like, damn, why he say? But ever since then, now I see he always go for like almost like he's doing like limbo, and like he's doing limbo, but he's drunk. But I mean, these guys have really good chemistry, right? I remember in 2020 they had that match. It was really good. It was fun. And it's hard for me to say which one was better, but and the story in it too, where Pac just doesn't even take him seriously. He has no respect for him. He's like, you're a clown. And I like so I saw a tweet and it said, oh yeah, I still laugh at the Orange Cassidy when he does the kid. Now I don't laugh as heavy and whatever, but I do smile sometimes and be like, that's really his gig. And people listen, here's the thing with wrestling. When the crowd is when you listen, you know his audience, when he does the walk in and you hear whoa, and it's so stupid. It's like, what are we even getting worked up about?
Exactly.
But he knows how to still go out there, and we start running when he stopped being a sloth. And I feel like there's definitely gonna be a rematch. I definitely think so with Pac, right? Mm-hmm. He was kind of like a tweener, right? Tweener baby. Cause I feel like for a period he was like the babyface tweener, but tonight it was like flat out like what's the guy's name? Robert, the announcer, and he mentioned, the bastard. Rob. I almost said Robert Patterson. Ain't no goddamn Robert Patterson. He too busy trying to be Batman.
Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts. There we go. It's a better Roberts. I like him. But when he calls out and he says the bastard, right? And you're like, oh right, he's the bastard. And it's right. You can't be a good guy and be called the bastard. Like I expect this guy to like leave, like if he came to my house, he would just leave my refrigerator open. My eggs go sour, milk, or or he'll use the bathroom and don't flush. That's a bastard, and a bastard too.
No, that's just rude and nasty.
Yeah, and that's how we get that DDT again. But I don't know if he'll sell it because, like you said, he's a working muscle.
The DDT, and like one of the things that I love about when Pac sells a DDT is like he's simultaneously spikes straight up and down and then folds into that like unnatural position, and it just looks disgusting. And it's like, yeah, he's dead. Just call it. He's dead. It's fine.
But I thought it was okay match. I mean, it leaves the door open for them to go again. I do want to get into some of these chats real quick. We got I disagree with UG. I think Goldberg's record is real. You forget the off the live TV. Yeah, but on the weekend, so he goes from 134 to like 152. Like, how many matches does he have in that weekend? It was really exaggerating. I think they've even confirmed that.
Scott Steiner was doing the math, duh.
I trust him with all my might. It's only if he wasn't touched. I'm just saying. It's odd that the good guys in AEW cheat to win matches sometimes, but in WWE, the bad guys overuse cheating. You can't take them seriously when they win legitimately.
So real quick about Pac, real quick, just real quick.
Sure.
When the thing happened with the cheating, Divine looks at me and she's like, "Oh, I guess they're heels again, or heels now." And I was like, "When was Pac good? Like, he's not been a good guy. The only thing that he's done positive is look out for his homies." And I mean, you can do that and still be a dickhead. Like, just because you got your boys back doesn't make you a good guy.
Well, you know what it is too. He was facing a lot of. So who's the other trio that they were facing? So when Will Ospreay and like
Aussie Open.
Yeah, weren't they the bad guys or the heels? I said the bad guys.
Well,
so that's what I'm saying. I think because of who was on the opposite side, that made them more babyface than the other person. Because okay, I get what you're saying. Pac was always a dick. Okay, understood. But on the opposite side, it's almost like,
well, it's the lesser of two evils argument.
Yeah, because, like, I'm gonna sit here and say, if you're telling me between Red Hood and Joker, there's no doubt in my mind that Joker's a dick.
Exactly.
There we go.
Leave Red Hood off by himself. He shoots people and tortures people and does a lot of other questionable things to still be considered a hero. But we love him anyway.
Oh no, Red Hood is incredible.
Yeah,
he's really he's so good
in that game.
It's gonna be good.
But yeah, like my whole thing was just like, I'm like, yeah, Pac is aligned with baby faces, but I mean, you could make the argument again with like Keith and Swerve.
But I was even going to ask, do you think that so was Swerve and Lee was sitting there saying, what are you doing? So I asked in this question, do you think with Pac doing what he did, do the Lucha Bros go like, yo, what are you doing? Or do they all be like, we're a unit, we're going to be a team?
And that's the thing. Mm-hmm. Like Pac has always been Pac.
Yeah.
And always does Pac type shit. I don't see them going, hey man, what's the big deal? I mean, Penta just got done beating people with a shovel for like 6 to 8 months. So I don't think they got a leg to stand on as far as you know what I'm saying? Like they've always been a very ambiguous group as far as what their alignment truly is. And even with the Lucha Brothers, they play up with the crowd and everything, but that's pretty much the only like babyface thing that they really do. They don't fight clean all the time. They usually do some underhand, like they don't outright cheat, but they don't play by the rules either. Aside from Lucha rules, those are the most important rules. Never take the mask off.
There you go. Although they seem like they always lose their masks. More. Not Phoenix. Oh
yeah, Penta's forever losing his mask. Yeah. And I guess probably because he paints his face.
Listen, if I have a mask, I'm doing everything I can protect it. I don't think he's serious about the mask. Matter of fact, give me an hour, I could teach people how to wear a mask and never lose it. Or maybe just 5 minutes.
You're getting sweaty, you want to open it up a little bit, let it vent a little bit.
Well, I don't like wearing masks because I think I have a really nice face and I need to show it off to people so I can tell people like, ha ha ha.
That's a good reason.
Thank you.
But Pac cheated. He won. The end of the match.
Nothing more to say about it. But it was a good match, but it leaves the door open for a rematch.
Yeah.
And the guys got great chemistry. Truth of the matter is they really got good chemistry together.
To be honest, I actually want to see a rematch between him and Kip. Because I felt like that match was actually really good. Did you see Kip come back?
That's the guy with the box, right?
Yes, that's the guy with the box.
Well, there's a guy I review on NXT. We call him Boxhead, so I just didn't know. Like, there's a lot of box.
That's our Boxhead.
Oh, okay. AEW's box. All right.
Yeah.
Did he wrestle with the box?
No, but he talks to it like Wilson from
That's disappointing. I felt like there was an opportunity there. Like, could you imagine if he wore the box and he headbutt Pac? That could be a concussion, because the edges could hurt.
It wouldn't crumple or anything.
No, it depends. I mean,
but then you can see a supervillain hair and eye makeup and shit.
God, no one wants to see that.
I guarantee you, there's a lot of people who want to see that.
I wish I knew their names so I could put them on the list. Well, what we getting here now? What we have here now? We have a fatal 4-way, don't we? I said
yes,
4-way.
Yes, we do. Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Athena.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. H-Man makes me laugh all the time, but carry on. You're doing a great job. Sorry.
That's Serena Deeb. First of all, Serena Deeb. Wouldn't want to get in a fight with that lady. She can turn you into a pretzel from any direction. The spot where she had, what was it, Toni and
I think
Britt?
Athena. Oh, Britt. Okay.
Was it Britt?
Yeah, I think so. I know the spot you're talking about because that was I've never seen that spot before.
Yeah, because Athena came and broke it up.
Okay.
But yeah, like had one in a single leg crab and then the other in a stretch muffler at the same time. Like, and Serena's not a very large woman, like height wise. So like the fact that she's able to contort people like that in such a small amount of space is amazing. Yeah, a lot of cool spots in this match, I thought. There was a really nasty drop kick that Toni did to Britt. Fun spot with Athena, but I'm wondering if Britt the extent of what happened to Britt because she was bleeding profusely.
Yeah. That spot was crazy because obviously this ain't the first time, but you saw that nose spot, and at first you thought she was trying to get away just to like what you call it, and maybe that's what she was doing. But I know she's getting ready to do the lockjaw. But carry on.
Yeah, because she had Britt up on her shoulders in a fireman's carry, and then caught Toni as she was coming to do
Athena.
Athena. Yeah, Athena had Britt on her shoulders and caught Toni doing a crossbody and did a Samoan drop
and tried to do a fallaway slam, and then she smashed.
But Britt, as they were falling, Britt slid down her back because I guess she wasn't hanging on or whatever. But Britt slid.
I mean, that was a lot of weight for her to just carry alone, honestly.
Oh yeah,
but I mean, it's still nonetheless impressive. But
it was insanely
you're right.
impressive
when she did the thing, that's when you really saw it because it looked so gruesome, and even announced
it was bad.
Yeah.
Because what happened was Britt's face, like I said, I guess she didn't put her arm down or whatever, but she slid down Athena's back like midway down.
Yeah,
like I watched Britt slide down, and I was like, "Oh god, this isn't gonna end well." She just right on like Athena's back, just right on top of Britt's face, and I was like, "Oh." And it was bad. It was real bad, and Britt was bleeding. But Britt, I feel like at this point, it just seems like Britt is always winding up with a bloody face when she has, big matches like this. I don't know if she's just But then she proceeded to start smearing her blood all over everybody, which I thought that was pretty messed up. It's COVID still time, lady. That's not healthy. But
it isn't healthy at all. Yeah, you're right. It's gross.
It's totally gross. But we had Toni come in, use a crucifix pin on Britt after a few exchanges, and 1, 2, 3. Still your interim women's champion.
Yay.
Toni Storm. Yay. So then, because I know what everybody wants to talk about. So then, we have a post-match beat down by Britt, and then Jamie Hayter runs out, and we're like, oh shit, is this going to be the thing, or is it going to come to blows? They're on the outs. I'm like, all right, here it is, finally going to get it. Nah, she goes back to help her homie again, and we're just like,
you gotta stick up for your homie. But you gotta stick for the homie. But it was clear because like when she came in, it wasn't even like, so it was clear that was gonna happen. And the heels are kicking so much ass. A lot of ass juice going in the air because that's how much ass is being kicked. The heels are
the hell out of Toni, bro. They beating the shit out of Toni.
They were beating up Athena too.
Yeah, because
they were beating up the baby faces. Yeah,
because Serena was beating on Athena. Serena was beating on Athena, and then Britt came over and started to hit as well. And so you got all the heels beating down the baby faces. I don't know what happened to
Toni.
Yeah, Toni was just
they both were getting their ass kicked. It was like a 3-on-1 attack.
Yeah, they beat down Toni, then they switched over to Athena, and then Toni was just on the ground. And some music hits that nobody's heard before. Graphic comes up, still nothing, just wisps on the screen. I was like, man, this is some good music. I wonder who this is. I'm assuming it's a lady because this is a women's match. And then Saraya comes out, formerly known as Paige in WWE, looking healthy, and I am so excited. I'm so excited. I love Paige so much. And I was shocked. I was shocked. Like I had heard nothing about this. There was some murmurs about her possibly going, when she left WWE.
For sure.
Left WWE. But we hadn't heard anything. It's been quite some time now, and I'm sure she was probably using the time to get, back
healthy,
up to healthy,
cleared to make sure she was
exactly because she had just been cleared to wrestle right before she got the axe from WWE. I don't think she didn't wrestle at all, did she?
No.
Yeah. Shame that. But anyway, she's here entrance music slaps.
I gotta hear it again because the way you're making it sound like it was. I heard it, but I didn't hear it as like where it caught my attention. But
I've got a very big surround sound for that exact reason, so I can hear everything. When somebody hits the mat, it sounds like you're at the event.
That's the thing, and that's so cool because when you're actually at the event and you hear like the ring and you hear the, I don't know why, but as a wrestling fan, like, wow, I'm really here. You can hear that.
It's such an experience. If you've never gone to a live wrestling show, please go. It's one of the most enjoyable experiences, especially as a wrestling fan. And I've taken non-wrestling fans to wrestling, and they're like, I think I'm going to start watching this. It's magical.
I think and I've heard like little rumors. I mean, but you don't know for sure until, like, for me, I'm more of like, once you show up, then I'm like, okay, because a lot of times, people have been saying for years about such and such, such, and you know how people are wrong, dirt sheets and stuff like that. Her debuting, as long as she's healthy, man, like, as long as she's healthy and she can do it, I'm pretty sure she wanted to get back in the ring for the longest time, wanted to get back in there for WWE, but they wouldn't clear her. And I don't fault them for not, because, hey, sometimes people could be their worst enemy. You want to get in there, but you can hurt yourself. You can paralyze yourself. These doctors have, and look, Edge, Bryan Danielson, and probably other list of names too, but those are two names that come in my mind. So, and they're cleared and they're having such a resurgence in their careers. What can she do in that?
Throw Austin in there too.
I mean, that one off, but I mean, hey, the
fact that he wrestled again at all.
I was there for that WrestleMania, and when they were when he got slammed on the stage, I said, Austin, Austin, this is not 1998. What are you doing? But right, you could throw Austin in there, but what can she do for the AEW women's division? I mean, the women's division has always been labeled the weakest part of AEW. It's always been labeled the weakest part, and hopefully that they can fit her in there. But I think my big thing is it's another, and I'm not saying, because she's a ex-WWE star, she shouldn't be here. I'm not saying that. But then you look at someone like, we were talking about Chris Statlander. She's going to be pushed back. There's a lot of people who've been here since day one. They're going to be pushed back now because they don't have the same name value as her. They can't compete with that. But I sit here and say, hopefully this is something that helps the women's division and helps strengthen it. I mean, I think they got some talent there. You got Athena. You got, I almost said Tori. Tori Wilson was my first crush back in the day. I got to throw it out there. Toni Storm. I mean, Britt. I mean, you got some talent there. But I'm sitting there wondering, can you shuffle that enough to make it where you can make it work, if that makes sense?
Yeah, and I feel like they do try to have that balance, right? Like you have because they're getting to the point where a lot of their OG homegrowns are getting to the point where they can sustain that main event and like high level stuff. So like you got Wardlow, for example. Wardlow's another one of those, almost day one AEW guys. Finally got a belt put on him. Same thing with the Acclaimed tonight. Same thing. I feel like it's a good balance. I think one of the things, and a lot of people have said this, one of the things that's been missing from the AEW women's division is that true like locker room leader for the women's side that is a female. Because Dustin's a huge proponent for the women's division, and he's very involved in that process and everything. But it's different when you have that head, the HBIC, and while Jade is that bitch, you need a strong veteran woman to reel this in. And really, I feel like Saraya is one of those people that, because of what she's done and how long she's been in the industry and all the things, like that woman's got so much experience and so much respect from a lot of the women that are in the locker room. Because I mean, the woman was. How many times did she win the Divas Championship? Or she's the last Divas champion?
Who's the last? Last Divas champion was Divas champion. That was Charlotte.
Charlotte, okay.
Charlotte was the last one.
Okay, but I remember when Paige won hers.
When she first came in, she beat AJ Lee. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, man.
That was some years ago. That was like 2014.
Time has passed.
It has 2014. That happened. It's crazy when you think about it.
It's
You know, and she's still young. She's got to be in her.
I think she's in her 30s.
Could be. I was gonna say like, cause I feel like when she came in, she was like so young, like 20. I don't know.
Yeah, she was in like her early 20s.
I was gonna say like 21 or something like that, 22. Yeah. But I mean, you know, I think it's a great addition, but I do think it does push back a lot of people. And I see people. I believe H-Man just said, I want to highlight that real quick. He pointed out, I hope they fit her with new talent too, because no new names debuting will save the division. If the new names don't get developed and get exposed, it'll be in a loop. And I can agree. Exactly. I could agree to that. I could totally agree to that. You're a smart guy, H, man. You're real smart. We got ADR. He said Statline, and she's coming to that point of being injury prone.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately,
it is. Was shook when she got Oh, they were both in Shimmer. I didn't know that. But I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about that. But I mean, honestly, that was the highlight, I think, of the show. But let's get into the main event real quick, and get ready to call the show a night. So, real quick, you guys are watching on Popular Review the AEW edition. That's All Elite Joker making his return after some time. I'm the bad guy, and if you're liking everything you see all the platforms up there. Follow those platforms. Follow us on all social media platforms. Follow us. Why was that funny? I want to laugh too.
Please continue your spiel, sir.
Thank you. Matter of fact, I think I did this completely wrong. You're watching a Popular Review, the AEW Review. All Elite Joker, the bad guy, and you can watch us you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook. You can follow us on all those social media platforms. There's a TikTok going on. There's so much going on this beautiful what is this thing? Podcast. There's stuff with entertainment and gaming. There's links in there. Click them, follow them, and also follow me at BadGuy Jack. I'm on Twitter. I sometimes tweet. Follow me on Instagram because I have great pictures. How was that?
That's how you do it, brother.
Thank you. Now let's get to this main event. We have Jon Moxley. We have what is this? The BD? Was it? I'm gonna miss it all up. Go ahead, take over. I was going to BDC. I don't even know what that means. Hey, cover your mouth there. It's not the BDC. It's the BBC.
No, that is not what that is.
It's not the Blackpool Club. BPC.
BCC. Blackpool Combat Club.
It's too many letters.
Oh my god.
Like the alphabet.
Okay. We have the American Dragon, Jake Long. Danielson, and
that would be so cool if he came back. He had a cool theme. I wanted to throw that out there. He had a cool theme. I think what's the name? The Jonah Brothers did that, and I hate them.
I think that was them, like very young. But yes, Blackpool Combat Club versus Blackpool Combat Club, and Moxley versus Danielson, and this was their second fight in AEW.
Yes,
and brought the house down. Those two beat the ever-loving shit out of each other, and I was 100% here for it. It was what you could come to expect from two of the greatest in the current generation. I mean, Jon Moxley's by far the best, AEW champion that they've had of the champions, in my opinion. The man kept that company so relevant during the pandemic, which was not an easy thing to do considering they were in their infancy. They were still in year one. The man's just crazy and probably the toughest SOB on the roster. I know you have some thoughts about this match. So I would like to give you the floor for
the match was good. The match was good. I did not expect anything less from these two men. These men just know how to put on a great match. And I love the counters for each other, because it's almost like they train with each other so much that they know each other. I mean, obviously they've had a long history of wrestling each other. And I really enjoyed the match. Like, I thought it was a good match. A little slow in the beginning. But that's how you can make a good match go. It's slow
Exactly.
pace, and then it picks up in the middle and whatnot. It's not. It can't be just boom, 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 rip. And these guys, I think, I think they really delivered. I also want to throw out MJF was there. I thought he was going to cash in a little bit, but when they show how far he was and stuff like that.
Yeah. When they showed how far off he was, I was like, okay, he's not doing it tonight. And he was in his suit. You know, he don't do nothing in his suits.
But you got to remember, he can cash in at any time. So he could have had one of his mercenaries beat the hell out of everybody. All he has to do is just pin him. You know, it don't have to be a match. It has to be a match. But does it have to be a match? Because
Max.
I was gonna say because I view it as because what could have happened was Moxley wins, they get beat up, whatever, blah 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 blah. Yeah. No, I was gonna say MJF. He comes down with the chip, gives the chip, takes off the jacket, has the scarf still on, put his finger on somebody. That's it. Like that, and like you said, that would have been such an MJF thing. But I don't understand if the chip works like a Money in the Bank. I don't know if it has to be an actual match. But I do want to say they delivered. They did good. I just didn't understand why Moxley had to win. Like, and it's not against Moxley. I told you off air. One of the things that make him so great is how dependable he is. He should not be here tonight. He was supposed to take time off after All Out. He was supposed to take time off. But then when all that fallout happened, he was the guy. Yep. And when that happened, once again, he put that company on his back. When he does a promo and he says, I carried this company on my back, that's a shoot.
Where's the lie?
Exactly. That is a shoot. So he delivers in his promo. But I was like, man, I really wanted Bryan Danielson to win. But I think, and I remember we were talking, I said, hey, I want to say some of my thoughts. And I think you agreed too, because we both said, like, there's a story here. Because, like, I guess you could have put it on Bryan. And listen, the goal is they're going to put that title on MJF. I no doubt in my mind they're putting that thing on him. And I think the original plan was for him to beat Punk. Obviously, obvious reasons that won't happen. Never punch out your EVPs, by the way. But I guess you put it where he pins Moxley. I guess that's the joke. He's going to beat Moxley. So, because at first I just didn't get it, but I look at it as he's going to beat Moxley for the title, and then Moxley could probably just go on his vacation.
Because here's the thing: what's MJF's favorite thing to do?
Curse.
What's MJF's second favorite thing to do? No. I'll still say
it's kind of hard to pick.
Talk shit.
Yep,
that's his favorite thing to do. That's what he lives for. It's what he does. He does it better than most people. It's amazing. Having said that, MJF has been saying this entire time since he's been there. While holding the dog is all I'm gonna say.
You know what the joke was? They said, "Isn't it funny that the dog wasn't the one who bit anybody?" I'm sorry. That was when I heard that one. I'm not gonna lie. That was.
I love that the person who got bit was the one holding the dog.
Can you imagine the dog sitting there looking back, like the dog's looking like, "Are you taking my job?" Like the dog, like dead, be like, "Yo, are you doing this better than me?" Like the dog is just really upset. It's hilarious. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just thought that was hilarious. But carry on.
Hey man. But yeah, what has Max been saying this entire time? His whole plan has been to knock out the biggest and baddest dude for that title.
Yes.
And before it was going to be Punk because of that amazing feud that they had.
Mm.
That's probably out the window at this point. Just not none of this. I'm talking just fucking full double hand threw that shit out the window.
Okay.
But to have it be Mox, and this was actually one of my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Mox is supposed to take time off. Also, he's the 3-time AEW champion now.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only 2-time a second ago. And so now there's a big enough gap with him being the 3-time champion, and he's been running this grueling schedule for quite some time now. It wouldn't be terrible for MJF to kind of put a spin on what you said earlier. Have MJF come out. I mean, you can have Moxley come out, do one of his thunderous promos, and then, mid promo, crowd's feeling it. Morrissey just comes out of nowhere and just the Firm comes, beats the piss out of Moxley. I'm sure Morrissey does some crazy big man crap, and then
hard power bombs him like on the
onto the steps or something, and then they just put Moxley's corpse into the ring, and then MJF's music hits, and then he just walks out, puts his jacket on top of him.
I love how you make this sound like The Godfather. Like, what is that? Like, you put the thing on top of him.
Does that not sound like something Max would do, though?
No, that would. No, that sounds totally. I don't think he would want his suit jacket having because Moxley's going to bleed. Matter of fact, I was actually surprised tonight. He didn't bleed. Did he bleed? I don't think he bleed.
No, that was
whoa. Yo, that's black magic right there. Like, whoa.
Right, a Mox title match with no blood. That
yeah,
I've never seen that match.
And he knows it too, because I know he reads the stuff on or someone reads online like, hey, they're making jokes about you bleeding, But I thought the main event was solid. They got a lot of momentum. I mean, New York was a queen because they're out here in Queens, and we had some friends out there who were out there. Hope they had fun out there because the crowd looked like they were really. It was like a hot crowd.
Yeah, that crowd, like I said earlier, the crowd makes or breaks a show.
Sure.
And makes or breaks a gimmick. Orange Cassidy doesn't work without the crowd. Like his whole gimmick does not work without the crowd. If he has a quiet crowd, then it just doesn't work.
Right.
And so
and good for him that he got that over, because if that did not get over, how awkward would that be if the crowd couldn't, because that's really crowd participation right there. When he does kicks and everyone goes to whoa, like that would be so. I guess in the pandemic it was odd, but I mean they had those, like some of the people out there.
Yeah, they had the other wrestlers out there.
And they knew what to do. Oh, all that stuff.
And I was just gonna say, like with Cassidy's character, and we're gonna wrap up. Cassidy's character works the same way like your Undertakers and your Fiend, because again, you take the package and take all of the outside fandom out of it. What do you have? Some goofy looking up, good walking slope.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Cassidy. Pretty much literally the same thing with Cassidy. I'm thinking about it. Crowds, they're important. Shout out to Arthur Ashe. Always a great show. Shout out to New York.
New York is great.
Thank you. You guys are always great. Have great shows. Unfortunately, we have to go to Jersey soon. So
Jersey's awful. And
y'all keep telling me.
Jersey is awful. I think Jersey Shore made me really hate Jersey. Although Atlantic City is a very nice place there. I went there a few times, and then I went to this really dark spot of Jersey, and I said, "Oh, this is dangerous." And I went right back to the truck of the Atlantic City area where all the lights were flashing and my eyes started hurting. But that's a story for another day. But that is the AEW Review Show. Like I always said, there's so much content going on here in Unpopular Review. We have a Tuesday night show. You can catch me there on Tuesday night, getting Toni yelled at by the Captain Shakespeare. But Wednesdays is about to get All Elite all over again, because All Elite Joker and Divine is going to make a return. I'm not sure which one of you guys will be here next week, but we're going to have a switcheroo where we're going to have some fun tag teams. It's going to be All Elite Joker and somebody, might be the executive consultant, might be Divine Intervention with Mike Knox, the loudest mic I know. Mike Knox also have a show on Monday nights. Monday nights, because 6 p.m. is Monday night. And he has, Perfect Plex Radio Talk. You could catch him there. He's yelling. He's displaying great disrespect to Bret the Hitman Hart, which I will not tolerate, because Bret Hart is a gem. So every time he showcased Shawn Michaels super kicking And that's y'all guys' goat. Yeah, you know, yesterday he did something stupid, and now y'all realize I've never trust Shawn Michaels. You thought that second run could fool me. It did not fool me one bit. You think his classic against Kurt Angle and Undertaker? I said, Hatui. I sit here and say, Brett is better than him, and you guys cannot fool me. I always saw it because I have 3 eyes. You can't see it because it's covered by hair, and I already knew he was trash. Entertainment, they're going to be coming back with some movies. You have me, Cedar Superior, and Vic. We are going to be reviewing She-Hulk episode, I think it's 5. I lose count, but we're reviewing She-Hulk. Tune in tomorrow at 7:30. And also, we have gaming. I want to throw it out here real quick. I need to put it on the table. Sonic Frontiers is coming out. I will be streaming that game that day that comes out. You best to bet your ass I'm getting that game that day. Come join me. It's November 7th or something like that. I'm going to have a headache because I know it's an open world, and I stink at open worlds, like the New York Knicks, like Bill Goldberg, and like Shawn Michaels. So you guys, if you're done hearing me rant, All Elite Joker, take us home, because I think everyone is done hearing me rant. I am the table. And you know what's going to happen to Logan Paul. Roman Reigns is going to run right through him like the freight train that he is, because I acknowledge my tribal chief. And all you guys should do it. And you guys at AEW should be lucky, because if Roman Reigns was right here in AEW, who's the champion right now, he would spare Moxley so badly, there'll be blood all over the place. So acknowledge your tribal chief, drink water, and do not watch the Wendy Williams show, and do not listen to a Nick Cannon CD, because there's a 800% chance you will get pregnant. All Elite Joker, take us home.
Side note, I would like to actually see a Roman Reigns, like current head of the table Roman Reigns versus the enigma that is John Moxley.
Yeah.
So make an amazing match.
Yeah, they've had encounters, and it was always pretty good. I mean, they've had some solid, and this Moxley is a lot different.
I mean, like now.
Right now?
I feel like now, like, because like I feel like both of them are like the top I can think of them.
This guy is a maniac. Well, no one's going to throw and you know what would happen? That's not going to happen. They will acknowledge the greatness that is Roman Reigns. The man, he's cut, he has baby oil and pretty hair. So I sit here and say, you have no idea what you're talking about. Jack Pack community out. All Elite Joker, let's get out of here.
Thank you so much for watching and joining us. Enjoy all the social. Please follow us and like us on all of the socials. Watch this guy who's a better man than me. He's brave, facing the captain alone.
No, she's very intimidating. I feel like every time she yells, she gets smaller and it gets louder. Like, I just can't help but believe that her height is changing, but her pitch has increased. And I let her know that, and then I run into a safe spot, because God Almighty, I fear that woman.
Thank you so much for watching. As always, enjoy your wrestling in whatever way that you enjoy it.
Oh, hell, the tribal chief, Jack Pack computer. Yeah. We're going home. You guys know you enjoyed that episode. Give us a like, love, and share. Follow us on all social media platforms. I know you guys can still hear me, and you can feel the Jetpack community kicking in. So we say that's all, folks. Have a good night, and all hail the tribal chief.
Night.